Hi guys, it's Joe. This is a Pocket with Joe. Just had a tickle on the edge of my nose right as we started there. You guys, we're going to be talking NHL. Now, it is Friday, May 27th. I hope everyone's Friday is starting out beautifully. The weather is beautiful here, so I'm happy. Had some great guests this morning on the Joe Madden Sports podcast. Have some more scheduled for this afternoon. So it is a very good day here for me, except for you guys, the Calgary Flames eliminated last night. The Edmonton Oilers just coming out way too strong. Not the way I wanted to see the game to go. But I have to say, the Calgary Flames played a great game. There was no team player, no one out there last night who we can blame. Everyone held their heads high. It was a fantastic game. The Edmonton Oilers just outplayed us, taking that game to overtime, winning it 5-4. Now, Connor McDavid got that overtime goal, and hats off to him. Connor McDavid has been absolutely incredible. Now, the Edmonton Oilers will play in the next round the winner of the game tonight. Now, tonight we have the Colorado Avalanche taking on the St. Louis Blues. We are in for a good game. This is game 6. So Colorado was heavy favorites in this series. People didn't expect it to get this far. In the last game, they expected them to close it out. And this was a game that it looked like Colorado was going to close out and get the win. But the St. Louis Blues never gave up. They rallied back. They got a goal in the last period. It was like 55 or 56 seconds left on the clock to tie it up, took it to overtime, and got the win there. It was absolutely incredible to see what they did in the last game. Now, for this one, they are returning back home. We're seeing St. Louis come in here. Let me just make sure the money line hasn't moved at all. It was plus 150 earlier. It's now plus 145 as money is coming in on this game. We're seeing the Colorado Avalanche at minus 169 with a total of 6.5. Now, when we look at this series as a whole, we saw in the first game, the Avs win the first game in overtime 3-2. The Blues took the second game 4-1. The Avs took the third and fourth game. In the third game, they won it 5-2, 6-3 in the fourth. And then the Blues, of course, pulled off the win in game 5 in an overtime win 5-4. Tonight's going to be an absolute battle. We have Kemper in goal for the Colorado Avalanche. Now, he is a strong goalie. But what we've seen out of him, he has let in goals that I didn't expect him to let in. He's let in some weaker goals than expected. On the other side of the puck, we have Husso up for the St. Louis Blues. Now, we all know Husso came in I believe it was game 3 that they – no, Game 3. Yeah, game 3 that he came into. Binghamton played absolutely phenomenal in game 1 and game 2. Got injured in that third game. Husso stepped in cold in that one. The Avs won that game 5-2. Now, Husso he struggled in game 4, and then we did see him allow the 4 goals in game 5, but I did see more out of him in that game. I'm looking for him to have another solid game here. Husso is one of the better backup goalies for sure. And I'm looking for the St. Louis Blues to continue to drive the puck at Kemper, which is what is getting them the ability to stay relevant with the Colorado Avalanche. Now, in this one tonight, St. Louis is at home. It's interesting to see between these two teams. The road team actually in the last 4 meetings has got the win. The favorite, though, has been strong at 39-15 in the last 54 meetings overall. And the Avs have gone 9-3 in the last 12 meetings and 5-0 in the last 5 meetings in St. Louis. Now, I do think St. Louis has a fighting chance in this. They haven't been great in playoffs as an underdog, going 4-10 in their last 14 games in the underdog role. But we look at them. They're coming into this one off overtime. And if you're going to make a case for the St. Louis Blues, this is your case right here. They've won their last 6 games following an overtime game. They've also dominated in that first period following overtime, winning those last 4. So what I'm going to look at in this one is I do think Colorado has what it takes to finish this. Colorado doesn't. They're not looking at the storyline. They don't want this win at home. This is not something they're trying to extend out this series. They want to get it over and done with. Edmonton already knows they've got that extra day's rest on Colorado here, especially if Colorado has to go back and go back to Colorado to play Game 7. So they're going to be giving it everything they've got. St. Louis desperately wants to be here. They want this win tonight. I think we can look at St. Louis in the first period at home on the reverse puck line. Now, on the reverse puck line at minus 0.5, because they are the dog here, we are getting them at plus 215. Great plus money. Definitely worth a sprinkle. Now, if you like them for the full game at that plus 145, I still think there is excellent value here with them. But I think the safer way to take this for your money tonight would be to look at the total over 6.5. I think we do see a high scoring one in this. I love the Blues team total. Over 2.5, you're paying a little bit of juice. It was minus 148 when I got it earlier this morning. Shop that line. You probably can get better. And then the Avs team total over 3.5. If you like the Avs to come out and win this, is a minus 108 there. I really do think we have a completely similar game to the last game with a 5-4 style score. I don't see the Avs being able to shut down the Blues, not in this desperate situation that the St. Louis Blues are in. I see them completely driving at the puck at the net in this one. Worst case scenario, we get a 5-2 style game. But then we're still going to hit that over 6.5, and we'd still hit the Avs over that 3.5 in that style game. But I don't think so. I really do think 3-5, 4-5, a style game. The St. Louis Blues team isn't laying down, and they're going to give it everything they have. And I really do think they win that first period. So taking them on that reverse puck line, definitely worth a sprinkle, you guys. As for props tonight, there's lots of ways to take these player props in this game. It's going to be a good one. Let's look at Nathan MacKinnon. His assist tonight over 0.5 is minus 121 over at DraftKings. Now we're getting that at, he's hit it in 4 of his last 5. And I think there's such great value there for Nathan MacKinnon. On the other side, I'm looking at, I'm not loving some of the value we're getting on some of these props. I really do think Ryan O'Reilly, we saw him in the last game, and I know I'm going back to Ryan O'Reilly, but in the last game, we didn't see him hit his mark. I do see him having a stronger game in this one, being more relevant in the game. His shots on goal, including overtime, over that 2.5, is now 3 out of his last 5 because he wasn't able to get it in the last one. So it's hitting 60% of the time. I do think still at minus 125, there is value taking him over that in this one. I'm just going to look if I can get a good value on an anytime goal for Ryan O'Reilly, because I can see it coming in tonight. Actually, you know what? You can get his assist tonight. His points is too high at 0.5 to the over at minus 155, but you can get his assist tonight at over 0.5 at plus 140. I really do like that for Ryan O'Reilly. He's only had 2 assists in the last 5 games, but I do see those coming in tonight. I think we see a good game out of him. But you guys, that was it for Puck It with Joe. For the rest of you that joined late, I definitely will do a recap. Thanks for shouting out the love on YouTube. Appreciate you guys. Let's just do a recap. Oh man, I love Cale Makar too. I was going to leave him off the list. I have to go with it. It's a little bit juice. His assist over 0.5 at minus 136. I think we're going to see that one hit as well. So for the recap, let's recap these props first. We're going to take Cale Makar, anytime assist, so that over 0.5 at minus 136 over on DraftKings, hit 3 of the last 5. We're going to look at Nathan MacKinnon. Now, we are going to take him in this one for his assist over 0.5 at minus 121. And then we have to take Ryan O'Reilly here for his shots on goal, including overtime over that 2.5 at minus 125. And then let's also hit his assists in this game. I love all 3 of these guys for an assist tonight. Now, as for the recap of these bets, you guys, my favorite bet here is the St. Louis Blues in the first period on the reverse puck line. I can't turn down the value here at plus 215 at minus 0.5 on the reverse puck line for the first period. I also like the over 6.5 in this one. And then whichever way you think, whoever is going to be this winner has to get the goals tonight. I see both of these teams going over their team totals tonight, with the Blues coming in at over 2.5 at -149, and the Avs coming in at over 3.5 at -108. I looked at that first period over, you guys, but there's no value there because the over 1.5 in the first is a -174. But you guys, that was it for Puck It with Joe. Thank you so much for joining me here. I will be back for Puck It with Joe tomorrow, nice and early, for the Carolina Hurricanes New York Rangers game breakdown. Have a great day. Keep smiling, and you know the drill, you guys. Let's make some freaking money.